Hello friends, this is Raj Sastry from Raj Option Trading. Today is November 5th, 2022. Hope you're all doing well. In today's segment, we'll take a look at the market and see how to benefit from the stocks with very high short ratio. So with that, let's jump in and look at the market first. Look, from a market perspective, market is really wondering where to go, mainly because Fed is not our friend anymore. They're raising the interest rate and probably will keep the interest rate high. So with that, as you can see here, we got S&P 500 index here, a 1-year chart, decisively going down as you can see here. There are some short rallies as you can see here, but they're all short-lived and they're coming down. So in this market, you have to play on the shorter side and don't be too much bullish. And anytime you see some strength, it's always good to buy some put options into the strength and go from there. So that's about S&P 500. If you go into a 3-month chart here, look from a 3-month chart perspective, same thing. Market is really coming down, mainly because Fed is really inducing some fear into the market by raising the interest rates. And then we got Nasdaq 100 here. Let's go back to 1-year chart. Same story. Look, the trend is negative. You got to play with the trend here. When the trend is negative, basically look at the short type strategies here. For example, you could sell a bear call spread as an example, or you can really buy some put options or a put spread. That's the way to go here. And then you got your US dollar index. Look, dollar is doing great. That's causing issue to the stock market here. Look at the dollar. Dollar is cruising along nice bull territory. And for the folks who are into Bitcoin here, look, Bitcoin is not doing well. After sliding down for a long time here, now it's really slowly trying to go higher. That's why you see some Bitcoin stocks doing well of late, including MSTR or MicroStrategy. And then you got a few more here. Look, from a Dow Jones Industrial Average perspective, Dow Jones is a little more stronger than S&P 500, mainly because these industrial stocks are going well. But anytime you see some strength, look, strength, you can always buy some put options because we know it's going to roll over. And then you got Russell 2000 here. Look, Russell 2000 perspective, clearly it's a downtrend here. Any uptick here, like the ones we see here, all good time to buy some put options and make some money from stock or index coming down. All right, so with that, let's jump in here. And one tool I use for looking at the short ratio is Finviz. Finviz is a good tool here. I got a elite membership in Finviz. The moment you have elite membership, you can create your own custom view. Look, I got a custom view here. You can choose what fields you want to see in the custom view. As you see here, I got here insider and institutional trading here. I want to know whether the insiders and institutions are buying or selling. I want to know what the short ratio. Look, we got the short ratio right here. And then we got here the performance. Look, we got performance all the way from 1 week all the way to 1 year. That's always good to look at. And then you got float. You always need to look at the float and make sure float is lower, especially when you're trading the short ratio stocks. Look, we got float also here. And I also added a after hour change here. So that way, after hours, these stocks are doing well or, rolling over. So with that, this is a very good tool here. I will leave a link for this tool. You could always subscribe and go from there. And best thing about the elite option, the moment you have elite subscription, you can download this entire spreadsheet into your Excel spreadsheet and do some analysis. That's exactly what I'm doing. I'm downloading the entire data set, from Finviz into my Excel spreadsheet, so I can do some more analysis. I can really combine this data data with other data sources and go from there. So with that, let me take you to the Excel spreadsheet here, where I compile the data by looking at multiple data sources that can really help us to take our trading to next level and really identify the stocks that can create nice and high short squeeze. All right, look, we got here stocks here. We got APRN or Blue Apron here. As you can see here, the way to read this chart is we got ticker here, and we got insider and institutional trading here, whether they're buying or selling. Then you got the volume. Volume is in thousands. As an example, 2.7 is 2.7 million shares traded. And then you got the volume. Volume is very important. Look, I got volume here at 10 day, 30 day and 90 day. It tells you the current volume. Is it higher than the 10-day volume or lower than 10-day volume, and so on and so forth here. For example, Apron, its current volume is same as 10-day volume, but it's 58% lower than 30-day volume, and so on and so forth. The moment you see red in the volume, that's not a good sign here. I want to see volume picking up, not volume going down. And then you got here RSI. RSI is very important. It's a relative strength index. What it tells you is really in a 14-day time frame, relative strength index is 34, but in a 7-day time frame it's 26. That tells you stock is getting weaker. So you got to be slightly careful when the stock gets weaker. That's not the good time to buy and expect a short squeeze. You want volume to go higher. You want RSI also to trend up slowly. That's when you can buy these short squeeze candidates. On the other hand, if you really want to short, this could be a good time. So we can look at some short strategies also. But if you want to go long, you want to see some strength, not the weakness. And then you got IV rank here. You want to know whether the stock is highly volatile or not. For example, Blue Apron is highly volatile. If you're into options market, we got here option open interest here and put call ratio. A high put call ratio tells you if it is over 1, that tells you folks are bearish at this time. When the folks are so bearish, it's not good to buy expecting a short squeeze. You want slightly bullish tint here. So that's why I would not buy Blue Apron at this time. And then we got here short ratio itself. We got here short ratio 65% short float here, and look, short interest is going higher. It's going higher by 4.42%. That tells you folks are still shorting it. When they're still shorting it, not a good time to buy unless you're a long-term type holder. And then you got borrow rate. Look, folks are paying a lot of money, 25% interest for borrowing here. That tells you it's a little bit high to borrow or hard to borrow. And then you got days to cover 2.40, and we also have a short squeeze score. Short squeeze score is telling you, is there a good probability of this stock squeezing the folks who are shorted it. This tells you there is a high short squeeze score. There is a good probability of this stock squeezing and going higher. It's a high score, as you can see here. And then you got gamma score. Gamma score tells you in the options market, is there an expectation the stock will go higher. This one tells you, hey, there is a high chance the stock can go higher. Then we got here float. Look, very low float, as you can see here. Float is very low, just 9 million shares. And we got few more here. We got performance here. It's very important to see the performance. Look, from a performance perspective, performance is down 1 day, 5 day, all the way to 5 years, as you can see here. So that's why, unless you're a speculator, you want to hold for a long time, it's really difficult. I would like to see some strength, then I would buy, but right now stock is sliding down, and look, folks are really shorting more. Short interest change is also becoming higher, so you got to be slightly careful to own at this time. And we got few more here. Look, we got Beyond Meat, as you can see here, BYND. Look, Beyond Meat stock price is just $13, as you can see here. And this one, as you can see here, insiders, institutions are selling. Look, both are selling, as you can see here. So normally, you would want at least insiders or institutions to buy, and you also want to see volume going higher. So right now with the Beyond Meat, if I go further back here, look from a volume perspective, let's go all the way back here. Look, from Beyond Meat, from a volume perspective, volume is drawing down, as you can see here. So that's why you got to be slightly careful. You want volume to go higher. So right now, Beyond Meat, if you see here, we got a squeeze score here, nice and high squeeze score. This one also, typically I want stock to show some signs of improvement here. Right now, Beyond Meat is not showing any signs of improvement. Actually, RSI is 41, as you can see here. That tells you stock is getting consolidated. So it could be okay to slowly start buying some Beyond Meat, mainly because stock is consolidating. And if I go all the way here, then we got performance here. Look, from a performance perspective, Beyond Meat is coming down in 1 day and 5 day, but in 10 days it's going higher. This is telling you Beyond Meat is getting there. It's consolidating, so you can slowly buy into Beyond Meat. But this stock has been not doing well. Look here, 3 months, 6 months, so on and so forth. It has not done well. All right, so with that, let's jump in here and look at few good ones to buy. Look, anytime you see here volume picking up here, that's a good sign here. As volume picks up, you also want to see RSI here. You want RSI to improve. So just by looking at the volume and the RSI, you can make some good strategy here. Look, by looking at this, you can see here stock VTNR here, Vertex. Look, volume is picking up as well as RSI. 14-day is 63, but 7-day is 70. That tells you this stock is squeezing those short sellers and going higher. And as you look through here, we can go further further to the right here and look at what's going on here. Look, stock is doing well here, VTNR. Look at the performance here, 1 day, 5 day, 10 day, even 1 month is doing very well. So it gives you an idea here, stock is gaining strength here. At the same time, look, short interest is 32, and short interest is also becoming higher. It's increasing, as you can see here. Actually, we are right here, VTNR, short interest is changing positively here, and borrow rate is low here, not too much money to borrow here. Borrow percentage is low here. So this is a good one here. Because it's gone up so higher at this time, you got to be slightly careful here because stock has gone up so much in a short time. It's good to wait slightly. All right, so we got here list. So one thing always to notice, if you want to buy some great ones here, you should always look at some catalysts. For example, look here, we got Carvana. Insiders are buying 37%. Look, stock got pummeled after the earnings, but look, volume is going higher. At the same time, look at the RSI here. RSI is telling you it's getting weaker. Stock is getting weaker after the earnings. And as you look through here from a short ratio perspective, this one has got a high short ratio. That's why it's at the top here. Look, short ratio is 36%. And look, folks are buying, shorting more and more. Look at the short interest change here. It shot up higher. And then you got borrow rate. Borrow rate is very low here. Folks can really easily borrow this Carvana at this time. And days to cover is also low here. And this has got a high short squeeze here, 76%, and a high gamma score. This can actually go higher even though stock is getting weaker at this time here. After the earnings, stock is completely washed out at this time, and shorts are piling on. Could be a good one to slowly buy. And we got few more here, as you can see here. As usual, keep a watch on insider buying. That tells you if the stock can go higher. In fact, I can just quickly do a filter here and say show me insider buying more than positive insider buying here. I can say greater than 0 here, so that way you can look at the insider buying. Look, these stocks have got insider buying. Let's see. All right, so we got these stocks insiders are buying. At the same time, look at the short ratio here, very high short ratio. Those could be a good one here. And you could also do one thing. You could also in addition to insider buying, you could also filter by institutions buying, so that way you can look at the stocks which institutions are at least not selling. So if you see here, if I go to institutions here, and if I saw say greater than 0 here, now we will see insiders are buying, institutions are buying, and also the stock has got a very high short ratio. Look at the short ratio here, still high short ratio, but look, insiders are buying as well as institutions are buying. This could be a good list for you to look at. And also, if you want to look at stocks which are trending higher, just look at RSI 14-day and 7-day here. Whenever you see RSI keeping constant, for example 40, that tells you stock is really trying to decide where to go here. On the other hand, if the RSI is getting stronger, for example here we got UWMC, look at that RSI here. RSI 14 is 65, but RSI 7 days 76. That tells you it's getting stronger. And look at the volume. Volume is picking up. This one is squeezing those short sellers, as we see here. And we got a few more here. Look, shift 4 here. Shift 4 is getting weaker, as you can see here. On the other hand, LAZR is getting stronger. Look, RSI increasing from 51 to 53, but only problem is volume is drying up. We want volume to also go higher, not go lower. All right, so this is a very quick short list here. You can take a look at this list here, and see if we can buy some of these names here. So for now, I will remove insiders and institutions. We can look at few more things here and go from there. Look, I will remove this here. No filter for insiders, and let's also look at institutions and remove the filter here. All right, so what we'll do now is we'll basically sort by the squeeze, short squeeze score here, and let's say we want short squeeze score to be more than say 70% here, so that way we can look at stocks that have got a high probability of squeezing as we go forward. I will say 70 here. Let's look at least 70 squeeze score more than 70. There is a high chance this can go higher. All right, so let's go here. Look, here we got high short squeeze score here. All these names here, it's sorted by short squeeze here. Let me also remove this insider buying here for a moment. All right, so now we got here short squeeze score. Keep watching short squeeze score here. It tells you all these stocks can squeeze, and we got a short squeeze score. And we can also look at the performance here. If the performance is slowly starting picking up here, look, we got few names here. Look, we got VTNR. Performance is picking up at this time because RSI is really strong here. I would not pick that one up here. But look, Nikola on the other hand, it's higher on Friday. You could pick Nikola, very high chance of short squeeze here, as well as a gamma squeeze, as you can see here. And keep watching here, keep watching 1 day, 5 day here. If you see some improvements in 1 day, 5 day, you could take a look at those. For example, we got a few more here. We got EVGO, as you can see here. EVGO is also very high short squeeze score here, and it's also picking up on Friday. Look, short squeeze score is 81 here. And we got a few more here. We got Marathon Digital. Look, cryptocurrency is going higher off late here. Marathon slightly showing some signs of improvement here. And look, short squeeze score for Marathon is 75 here. And look, we got a nice and high, it's going higher on Friday. You could take a look at that one here. And short score itself, as you can see here, it's got a high short score here. And where is my short ratio? Right here, 29% for Marathon. And we got two more here. We got Sirius and ASTS here. Look, they're both are going higher. And also look at the short squeeze score here. Looks like ASTS has got a high short squeeze score here, 86 here, and nice and high gamma squeeze score. So you can take a look at these here. And for the folks who are really in the options market here, keep a watch on the option open interest here. The stocks which are high short ratio and also very active in the options market could be the good ones that tells you these are liquid here. For example, you got BBBY here. Look at that open interest, nice and high open interest, very high activity in the options market. And put call ratio 0.64, that tells you from a put call ratio perspective it's a bullish here. It's below 1, as you can see here. On the other hand, we got two more here, Allo and Carvana here, especially Allo. Look, it's not too much option interest here, whereas Carvana has got some option interest. But look at the put call ratio. A lot of people are bearish on this one here. That's why put call ratio is very high. All right, so with this, what we'll do is we'll look at few stocks using my favorite platform, which is TradingView, and look at these short squeeze names. All right, so we got here my platform. My next platform that I always use is TradingView here, and I got here my short list here. Look, I got my short short watch list here. Starting from the top, we'll quickly look at few and you get an idea how to look at this. Look, we can look at Blue Apron here. So what I have here is I got TradingView a pro membership, so that way you don't get those nagging advertisements. At the same time, I can look at two different time frame chart here. I got a chart which is 1 hour chart on the left here, and I got a 1 day chart on the right. So as you can see here, I also have few indicators on the chart. First one is the lazy bear squeeze indicator. As you can see here, for the folks who want to look at the indicator, I can just click a slash button here. So look, we got a lazy bear indicator. You can say squeeze. Look, we got squeeze momentum indicator by lazy bear. So you can you can use this indicator. TradingView is free if you want ad supported version. If you don't want ad supported version, if you want to look at two charts side by side, you could get the pro version. I will leave a link for it. And look, this one has got a lot of folks using it, 81,000. You could download this indicator and add it to your chart, just like I'm doing right here. I got that indicator right here. Look, this particular stock here, Blue Apron stock, has been going down. As you can see here, all these shorts are breathing down the neck, so that's why it's going down. And look, the lazy bear indicator is telling you it came down. Now it's slightly improving, as you can see here. That tells you there's a chance this can go higher. This is a 1 hour chart, as you can see here. And if you look at the 1 day chart here, same story. The red lines are becoming shorter. That tells you it's becoming shorter. There's a chance it can go higher and squeeze. That's why squeeze score is high for this one here. If you have some patience, you can slowly buy into it. Look, stock has gone slightly higher in last 2 days here. Friday it came down, so that's why there's a good chance this can go higher. So that's why you can look at this chart here from a volume perspective. You got good support at around $4, as you can see here. Nice and high volume here at $4. Right now stock price is very low here. It's around $2.07. So that's why there is a good support here. All right, so you can look at few more here. We got ADTX here. ADTX, as you can see here, stock is not doing well. Look, it's coming down big time. look, downtrend, and it's trying to improve. As you can see here in a 1-day chart, it's trying to improve also. We got a squeeze here, but this one I would probably avoid here. It's a very low price stock, $2, but look, chart is telling you, hey, it's it's no signs of improvement. At least in the previous case, Blue Apron, we saw some improvement. That's why I would not go and buy this one up here. Look, there are some fake outs here. Look, we got few areas where we got the squeeze indicator here, but nothing happened. So history tells you not a good time. Probably you can wait on this one here. And then you got Bitcoin stock, Marathon Digital, as many of you know here. This one is a wild rider, and look, nice and high uptick here. Stock is trying to go higher, and hourly chart, we got two nice bullish bars here. On a daily chart, look, we got nice blue green lines here. So this is trying to go higher, as you can see here. So look, last candle up here, hourly chart is negative, as you can see here, and on a daily chart it's trying to go higher. So you could look at this one and enter at the right time. This already went higher in a daily chart here, two nice bars here, but it can have some more time to go higher. And look, there's a good support at 200 here. You could probably wait for it to come back to 200, and then you can pounce on it and go from there. All right, so we got a few more here. We got Beyond Meat. Beyond Meat, as you can see, a stock got tumbled mainly because they're having some issues with the supply chain and all the macro trends, as many of you know here. Stock got pummeled, but look what's going on here. Stock is trying to go higher in the hourly chart here, and look, trend is reversing. At this time, if you're a speculator, you could buy into it, given there is a high short ratio. Good support level at $13, as you can see here. There is a nice support level here, and there is also good support level somewhere right here, as you can see here. So at these levels, you could slowly buy into this Beyond Meat here if you're a speculator, mainly because look, stock is showing some improvements in an hourly chart and daily chart also. Look, it's trying to have a small squeeze, as you can see here. All right, the list goes on here. I think many of you want to look at a couple stocks. What we'll do is two stocks which I always get the comments on. One is AMC. We can look at AMC and go from there. Look, AMC perspective. Let me go here. Say AMC. All right, let's quickly look at AMC here. AMC, look from a stock chart perspective, AMC got pummeled, as you can see here, came down big time in our hourly chart. Now it's showing some improvement. And look from a lazy bear indicator perspective, look, the bars are getting shorter, and look here also same story, bars are getting shorter. So at this time you can expect a short squeeze here, and normally the squeeze will be higher if you have a little more higher red bars here. Right now we got a smaller red bar here, but there's a chance this can go higher. If you're a speculator, you can get into this one. And as you scan through here, look, earning is coming up November 8, which is next week, as many of you know here. Around the earnings, this is a wild rider. As you can see here, we got a couple of earnings here. Look, we got one earning right here, stock came down, earning, stock went higher, and we got earning here, stock went slightly higher. Now the stock is down big time. AMC can turn around, mainly because folks are going to movie theaters now. You could slowly buy into this, expecting a squeeze here. If you're a speculator, you can get into this one also. And the next one I always get the questions on is AMC is one. Let's look at BBBY also. Normally folks are interested in the BBBY. We can look at BBBY too. All right, so from a BBBY perspective, look, stock got clobbered, as you can see here. nice downturn, but in an hourly chart it's improving. As you can see here, the squeeze chart is showing you there is a momentum here. It can go higher. The red bars are getting shorter. Same story here. Look, there is a nice and high negative sentiment, but it's changing the corner here. So this one has got a little more probability of going higher, mainly because there is a nice and high red bar or a red indication here, but it's getting shorter. It's going on the positive side here. There is a chance this can go higher at this time here. And this one, as you can see here, I think from a quarterly earning perspective, we already had the quarterly earning. Next one is January 5. You don't need to worry about the earnings for a while. All right, let's look at GameStop quickly here and go from there. All right, GameStop GME. So look, from a GameStop perspective, we got a 1 hour chart on the left here. Look, the stock is getting clobbered. Now it's trying to go higher. And look, lazy bear indicator is also tapering and trying to go higher. On a daily chart, we got an indication that it can go higher. Look, there's a small green bar here forming. This can also go higher, mainly because the lazy bear indicator is showing you there is a good chance this can squeeze. And as you look through here, from an earning perspective, next earning is a while later, December 13. So you could, if you're a speculator, you can get into this one also. Look, this also had a nice and high. Look, there's a nice and high red here. It's improving, and now there is a nice and high small green candle here, or a green bar here, that tells you it's trying to go higher as you speak here, mainly because stock get clobbered. You can try to get into this one also. And look, there's a good support level at around $40, as you can see here. You could get into this one also here. All right, so with that, I will bring up this list again here. You can take a look at this list here with the stocks with the very high short ratio here, and see if you can benefit from these stocks here and go from there. So with that, thank you very much. Happy investing and trading. Please subscribe.